Hello! Hey everybody! And welcome to the show that's not so late.
Luke, you mean the not so late night show?
That's what I said.
No, you said the show that's not so late. That's different. Yeah, it's the not so late night show.
That's what I said. Welcome to the show! Does that make you happy then? The show. It's good to see you guys here tonight. It's been a couple of weeks. Hope that you had an awesome past 2 weeks. I'm your host, Luke Kimmery. Joined on stage with me is Joe Cool and Matt Wheeler. It's been a long time. May I just say, a whole week without Matt was awesome.
Is that why you didn't come on the trip, Luke?
No, that's not why. But that was a huge plus. But one of the reasons why is because I got to hang out with some of my people here at the church last Wednesday. And it was actually pretty awesome. We played some games, did a little bit of a Devo, and prayed for you guys. So it was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Was the trip good?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I think we're going to talk about it tonight.
Yeah, we are going to talk about it. So cool. Hope that you guys have had a good couple of weeks. We do have some pretty big announcements, some cool things coming up, and some updates on some other things. Matt, do you want to share those?
I got that. Yeah. So guys, tomorrow is Thursday, and what do we do on Thursday?
Shakes at Sonic.
Shakes at Sonic, but we can't go to Sonic, so we bring the shakes from Sonic back to Woodlawn. Hoodlawn. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Because that's really cool and trendy.
Like,
Hashtag. Hoodlawn.
yeah.
Using putting your handles on things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So bring your shakes back to Woodlawn from Sonic tomorrow. From 3 to 5 p.m. We're going to be hanging out at the high school house as we've been doing the last so many weeks.
And that's going to be for everything.
I'm gonna.
Yeah!
You're welcome. That's tomorrow from 3 to 5. Hope you guys will be there. We'll be hanging out.
First shake for the first person.
First shake for the first person. I don't know how to do that when they bring them. They have to pay for them to bring them. They can't be like, I'm gonna take this and then
Okay, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
The first shake bought by the first person will not be mad.
Yes, that's right. So
Bummer.
if you want to be the first person, you can do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, shakes not at Sonic, but at Woodlawn. Shakes from Sonic tomorrow, 3 to 5. Hope you guys will be there. That's the first thing. After that, we got something on Friday too. Pretty cool.
Okay.
So on Friday night at 8 p.m. to Saturday morning at 8 a.m., we have a lock-in actually. You're at church.
You're locking people up.
I'm locking people up. Yeah. It's actually the youth ministry's biggest fundraiser each year. Parents will pay me to lock up their kids for 12 hours.
That doesn't sound good.
It's a great fundraiser, and everybody seems to have a great time. So we're gonna keep doing it.
It's a learning experience.
You'll learn a lot from it. Yeah. Anyway, Friday night at 8 p.m. we have a lock-in here in the church. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be here a lot of the night. So anyway, looking forward to that. A couple things for y'all to know. Really just one thing. Guys, please bring either a drink or a baked good, such as cookies. And ladies, please bring chips or a baked good, such as brownies.
Or pizza or ice cream.
You know, actually, I'll bring the pizza.
Oh.
We'll eat pizza about midnight. So you can always bring more pizza. And if we don't have ice cream, so you can't bring ice cream. Up to you. Personal choice. So that's Friday. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., there is a graduates reception for our high school graduates. So that's pretty cool. We actually got a lot of them this year. Not to say that there wouldn't be cool, we had a few of them. But we have a lot of them, it's just a matter of fact. Yeah, that's cool. So anyway, that's on Saturday, 1 to 3. I encourage all of you guys, families, all y'all that are like, feel safe coming out. And it's tickle my throat right now. Okay, so I'm not gonna choke up about the graduates. Sure. So anyway, come on out, support them, see them, and that'll just be a little shindig. So That's almost the last one. I have one more, I think.
Okay.
We can take one more. So, for y'all in middle school, we're planning on going to Core 4 at Camp ACC. ACC. As many of y'all know, that was canceled. All camps, kind of for the rest of the summer at ACC, have been canceled for good reasons, just due to coronavirus concerns. So, because that's not happening, we still want to offer you guys some sort of alternative, something special for you. So,
Something super awesome.
super awesome. Of course, everything we do is awesome at Hoodlon. So
CC.
it's catching on. I think they're really getting it. Yeah, there's interchanges for that. So we're gonna call it Camp WCC. That was Luke's idea. If you don't like it, and if you do like it, it was still his idea. So anyway, we'll be hanging out various times next week. Details are not nailed down yet, but if y'all are in middle school, you're going to go to ACC, or even if you weren't going to go, but you want to participate, I'll get details out to y'all, your families tomorrow, and we'll be hanging out various times next week. And we'll be doing the regular rhythm stuff, like House Party and Shakes and Sonic and YouTube next week as well. So it'll be a full week.
Yeah.
That's it, I think.
Today's Christmas.
Today is Christmas in July, as you can see, around me-ish, kind of.
Look, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm fully decked out on Christmas in July because get this, my present is a gift.
To who? I'm just trying to get real. It's a gift to some people.
I'm wearing red.
You're wearing red.
It's Christmas.
Yep. That's it. There's actually a full nativity scene in here, guys. Like, people dressed up. You can't see it online, but it's real.
We have quite a few wise men. There's even a lamb over there.
Little man.
Little baby.
Mary's here.
Mary did have her. Okay. And the final announcement that I have, which is quite disturbing, and no, before you freak out, it's not about butterflies. Did you know that the average person, on average, consumes over 200 spiders in their sleep in their lifetime?
That's like 2 spiders a year if you live in Vienna. Does that freak anybody out? Thank you for that lovely fact, Luke. I think we all wanted to know that.
That's even almost 200 spiders already.
That's how old. Maybe 52. Maybe.
They just, yeah. So now that you know that disturbing fact, it seems to bother you guys way more than the butterfly thing, which I don't get. But anyways, tonight we're going to be doing some things a little bit differently than we have in the past. We've changed some things up. We've mixed some things around. We've whisked a whole new concoction and baked a whole brand new late night show to give you.
That's right.
And now with our new segment of the show, Matt is going to be sharing the weather.
What?
They're going to tell us about the weather, right?
I mean, I guess I can. Guys, today's weather, it's hot outside.
And that's our new weather segment. Hope you enjoyed that little piece of flair, some spice in the show.
Sizzle.
Next, we're going to play the game of the week. It's technically headbands, but this is not. We don't have the headbands, so this is just guess your card, 20 questions sort of deal.
That doesn't sound as good as headbands.
No. So I'm going to explain the game real quick, and then we'll bring our 2 players up to the stage. You're probably familiar with this one. The whole point is that you're trying to guess what's on your card. So they will both draw a card at random. They'll kind of just like hold it up to their head so the other person can see. They're not going to know what it is. And they have to ask yes or no questions and go back and forth until they're pretty sure they know what theirs is. And then they guess. And whoever guesses first, if they guess correctly, they win. If someone guesses incorrectly, that person loses. The stakes are high. So go ahead and let's welcome them to the stage.
All right, here we go.
you see the card all right?
It's not, right.
Makes it hard to guess.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Youngest goes first.
Is it a mammal? Is it alive? No. Is it alive? No. Is it an object? Wait, I guess that means it's not alive. Is it like a tool for something? No. Is it colorful? Not particular. I guess it can be, but not particular. Is it? I feel like it makes it harder when it's not alive.
Yeah.
Is it? The place? Is it round? Ish. Yeah. Round-ish. Is mine round? Yes. Animal? Nope. Is mine animal? Whoa, now I'm getting
Yes.
started. Is it a tool? No. Is it named after a color? No. Is it a vehicle? No. Is it fruit? No. Definitely not. Transport things. Is it a vegetable? No. Is it something you see often? Yes. Yes.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Is it a cookie?
That's very distracting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, does it come? I said yes. Is it a dessert? It can be. But which way does it like yes or no? Okay. Does it sit on the side of the road? No. Is it would it be served at a fast food restaurant? Yes. Is it in a house? It can be, but you wouldn't think of it as in a house. Is it a, it's can't because that's not where you think of it as. So no. Is is mine. Like a Mexican? I don't think so. No. Good, now guys, I think John's asking that question.
Are there any questions in the crowd?
Yeah.
You can't say what it is.
I can't. I couldn't see it, but I thought that I couldn't see it. That's
You can, how about this? You can extrapolate a bit further than yes or no.
okay, word, sir.
You can,
You can explain.
yeah, you can explain a little bit.
Okay, so. Can you bite? Yeah.
Yeah, tell it a little bit more.
Okay,
Like where would you buy it? Like what section?
we buy it in the athletic section. From. What other food? No, I can't ask that. It's a yes or no. Yeah. Would it be paired with like a burger or a hot dog? What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That'd be so gross.
Like fries.
No.
Oh, chips. Wait, what happens? I
No.
guess fries aren't typically round. Really like that. Okay, I don't know what it is. Stop judging me.
Is it like weights?
No. That
I wasn't guessing right away.
There we go. Well, how do you not guess? That was
It's like types of weights. Different ones.
there's different types of weights.
Sort of. You can throw some.
Not like I don't think anyone really knows the names of different types of weights. But like I believe that she wasn't trying.
I wasn't trying to.
Wow, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I think I extrapolated a lot
Here,
more than I
let's-
got it.
Okay.
Can I give her a question?
Yes.
You should ask. You should try and figure out what meal it's served at, like breakfast.
Oh, is it served at lunch? No. Okay.
Is it have clothing?
Is it served at breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure. Somebody told me to ask that question. So.
We should do that. That question that doesn't count as guessing.
No.
You're both pretty close.
Really?
Yeah, like that's
Like really close. Yeah.
You're one guess away from being right. You should ask. I don't know, Matt. Can you think of a helpful question?
No.
It's not fair.
you're really like a common him goes like.
Sorry, you got it.
Oh. Okay. It's your first.
I know. I'm trying to not actually guess what it is.
I don't think I like
Like, think about the sorts of things that you find. What did you say? What was your word?
I said athletic, so like sport type things.
Yeah. So,
Sports.
so,
No, but this is something that's my mom.
yeah. So think
Yes,
about that.
like
That's pretty
don't think of like weird sports that aren't actually sports. You know,
Okay.
like fitness.
Is it pickleball?
Really? Okay.
Think of me.
Yes, breakfast food.
There's a lot of things.
It's a breakfast food.
Guess what?
It's round.
It's round, it's not a fruit
You're still up. You should get it.
There's really only one option left.
There's a way around.
There's a lot of things.
Well, like two, but like think of one food that you know it's a breakfast food around, and like try and ask questions that would answer whether or not it's that.
Okay, is it served with syrup?
Yes.
Ah. Uh-oh. Take a break.
She's got it narrowed down to like 6 things. Damn.
We'll say two more questions each.
Oh,
They
don't.
know what I said it was. I didn't straight up say it was. You're so cool.
She said it's better.
Ish. Right. You said think. I said a football.
My goodness, good job, ladies.
You were a ball for a
Yeah, guys, that was hard. So good job, good job.
That was easy.
With the difficulty of guessing athlete and football, and on top of that, the intense pressure that this atmosphere just creates. Kudos to you for guessing.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure there. Good job, ladies.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That was fun. And you know, we have lots of these left. Maybe we can play a little bit after the show.
Sure.
If you guys have any ideas for fun games that we can do in the future, please send them in. We'd love to hear. But yeah, hey, thanks for playing, guys. Now we're going to turn it over to Matt with the Diva.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I got you. I got your back. I'm your dude. I got you. Partner in crime. Helping each other out.
Just when I think it's done. All right, guys. A couple weeks ago, we started a conversation about the ultimate mission for us as followers of Jesus, those who know Him. The ultimate mission that He gave us. And when we find this mission in His parting words, His last words in the book of Matthew to His disciples. He said a lot of things to them up to this point, but this kind of like captures the big mission. We can find this in Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 to 20. Jesus says, He came to them and said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. So our mission, this is it, is to tell the whole world about Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. Our mission is to make disciples, to multiply, yourselves. We are disciples to multiply disciples. It's a big mission, but it's possible. There is some slight problems in this mission. We talked about this 2 weeks ago, but research shows that one of the most common words that people use to describe Christians today is hypocritical. That means that many people have encountered Christians whose lives don't maybe line up with their words, don't line up with the expressions that they share about their faith in Jesus. And we can let that discourage us, and it is discouraging. But we can also see it as a reminder that our mission is making it very simple, like a game of show and tell. We can't just tell people about what we believe. We also have to show it with our lives, with our actions. So as we talked about a couple weeks ago, and just this mission that we have of making disciples, a couple of things that we want to like to do to accomplish this and do this well. Number one, we just talked about being real. We shouldn't be hypocrites, pretending to be perfect. And we also shouldn't just wait to join Jesus' mission here on earth until we are maybe more knowledgeable. Maybe we're more confident, we're more perfect. Jesus invites us to be a part of his mission right now. So be real. Like, be who you are. Own your struggles, own your strengths, and grow in Christ right now where you are. Be real about that. And as we just enter into this mission, be real about it. It's okay. As you are right now, you can join the mission. So that's what we talked about 2 weeks ago, just to catch us up. Today, as we sit in on this idea of telling and showing people as we go about our mission, I also just want to encourage us to be hopeful. And that may not make a lot of sense yet, but here's kind of how it does. After calling his disciples to follow, and teaching them and living life with them for some time, Jesus invited his disciples to him and then sent them out in pairs of 2. It was kind of like an internship, but not exactly. I mean, kind of like an internship. But he sends out his disciples that they've seen him work and do ministry, that they've been learning from for some time, and he sends them out to do ministry themselves. He quotes, what does he quote? But he shares something that we often quote about the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. There's a lot of people out there who need to know the gospel, who need to know about Jesus. There's so few people actually telling others about him. So he sends out his disciples to go and do that. And in his parting words with them, as he sent them out, he had a lot to say about his disciples' actions, not just their words. He said things to them like to stay in people's homes, to share meals with them, to accept their hospitality, to build long-term relationships rather than just moving around constantly, to heal the sick members of the communities that they visited. Jesus didn't just say to go into communities, preach to them, and then leave. He wanted his followers to build relationships and to learn to serve others while, or even before, they share the good news to the world. Jesus sent his disciples to tell others about him. Yes, we have. There's a saying by a preacher from so many years ago, a couple hundred years ago, I think, that says to preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. And it's a pretty catchy quote. Kind of lets us off the hook of actually having to do a lot of the telling of Jesus' story, and that's kind of what I don't like about it. But it emphasizes, let your life demonstrate that you know Jesus, that you follow him. But we do also have to tell others about him. But Jesus also wanted his disciples, and he wants us as his disciples, to spend time with the communities that we're reaching out to, so they could show the good news of Jesus with their actions too. So when I read about, this story in the Gospels, this isn't just some one-off circumstance. He sent his disciples out, and this is something they did. They preached and they lived it. When we also look at the Apostle Paul and his companions that he did ministry with, his missionary journeys, this is something that we see in their lives as well. Wherever they went, they brought value to other people. It wasn't just preaching; it was also actually adding value to their lives. The words they spoke brought value to other people. People found that the message of Jesus was the hope and help that they needed, so they responded to that. Their actions brought value to others. They healed people of diseases and helped people in need. The relationships they built brought value to other people. They got to know people and spend time with them. The relationships helped them better understand how to help other people. So another consequence of bringing value to others, when we bring value to other people, we earn their trust and we earn influence with them. So when it comes to sharing the gospel, sometimes we need to earn the right to be heard. That's why one reason why we don't just preach to them. We actually have to demonstrate to them that we care about them, that they can trust us, that we want more for them just to make a convert or something like that. That we genuinely care about them, and they see that, they experience that, they believe that when we actually enter into their lives and are there to stay. We want to make a difference whether they accept Jesus or not. And they experience that when we bring value to their lives by just being home. So if we're going to accept our not-so-secret mission from Jesus, one of the things that will help us is instead of expecting others to listen to what we have to say, we must earn the right to be heard by bringing value to them through our words, yes, but through our actions and our relationships. We could have the best news in the world, and truthfully, we do. We have the greatest news, the most life-changing, life-transforming news in the world. But unless we've earned trust and influence with these people that we want to take that message to, there's no guarantee that people will even want to hear what we have to say. So you can tell others about Jesus with your words, but you can show them who he is by letting your words, your actions, and your relationships be a source of help and hope for the people that you encounter. If you want to join Jesus on his mission, don't just talk. Talking is important. We have to talk. But don't just talk. Be helpful too. When you add value to people's lives through your words, your actions, and your relationships, you begin to earn the right to be heard. And what you have to say will actually mean something. So that's today, guys. Be real, be helpful.
Thank you for sharing that, Matt. And on the lines of being helpful and serving and being the hands and feet of Christ, we're going to ask some of the people who were a part of Mission Cincy last week to come on up to the stage, sit on the couch, and ask them some questions. So welcome them to the stage with me.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's almost like I just saw you. Yeah, Matt, do you want to hand them your mic?
That makes sense.
And then any of you can feel free to answer a question. You don't only, it's not like one person can only answer one question. Multiple people can answer. And we have 4 questions. So
We'll see if we have more.
yeah, we might make it like 6 or 7. In your opinion, what was the coolest part of the week? And any of you can share this with multiple people. Yeah, take it.
It was really cool. We're not taking our time because nothing was. There's just a lot of cool things. It was really cool to see how a part of the community that Block was. Like it wasn't just like Block is over here and you're helping in the community. There's so many things that Block does for the community. Like they do a food pantry out of the church that we stayed in. They have a pizza place that's now like not a pizza place, but it teaches people how to cook so that they can go and cook in like restaurants to get a job. They have a t-shirt business that like teaches people how to, work job skills. And they have like an after school program and just all these different things that are like spread out across the community. And so it's just really cool to see that like Block was a part of the community. It wasn't just something that like only helps the community,
That's cool. Do either of you have something? Or
I guess for me, it was really cool working with the after school program with the seeing all the kids and stuff. They were really welcoming and they just kind of like took us in and we played games and just really got to know a few of them. So that was something that I really enjoyed.
The coolest part to me is like everyone was like family. Like they didn't care what color you were or like if you're big or small. Like they had like family cookouts. Like cookouts for everyone to do and stuff. So
that is next question, in what ways did you see God work?
I actually went 2 years ago for my first time, and just seeing like to now how they've grown and how many businesses and stuff that they've like created. I really see God work through there because it gives like people from the community like hope for like a better future than they would normally have like without God. And the people who work there are able to I don't know, like teach them about God, and really like show them through their actions who God is. So
I also like with the kids, they don't have a lot, so when they come to the after school programs, they're like helpful, nice, and everything, funny. Like the kids are like all family, and so they like accept us and everything. And yeah. I saw God working through like the relationships that Block staff has with those kids at the after school program. Like if one of the kids said a curse word, staff would be like, watch them out, and they would. Like it wasn't like the students felt like the staff didn't have authority over them. There was a relationship and there was respect, and that's just really cool that the kids can see those good, godly people as like authority or like like a mentor.
It's awesome. Kind of taking a break from the more serious questions. What's one funny story from the week? Or multiple, if you have one.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. We were working and Matt was up on a ladder, or someone I guess was up on a ladder, and they were hammering wood panels to get them out, and I guess they like lost their footing, and so they fell off the ladder. They tried to play it off cool, but
Yeah, they did.
it's pretty funny.
Sounds pretty embarrassing. Like a funny moment.
We have a word that we say. It's called Poochie. It was like when we were at the Rosas, Lily was watching the basketball game and she said, that's not his name. And she was like, we were like, what? And she was like, his name is Poochie. Yeah. So now we call each other Poochie.
Nice. That is funny. That sounds like the exact sort of thing that I would expect from a relationship.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
It was really funny though, when there was this guy, his name was Russ, and he had like led us in a training at the beginning of the week. And we met up with him at the end of the week. And one of us called the other food eater. And Russ looks at us and he's like, you guys are seeing this too? And he had seen the same basketball game. I thought it was really funny. I don't know if I thought it was as funny as I did, but it was really funny.
It's an immediate connection between us and us. Like, you watched it too, like you know who he is.
You're in on the joke.
Yeah.
Sorry to Gucci. We're laughing at it.
They're probably watching.
Yeah. We mean no disrespect. Okay, so our last question. If you want to share, what's something that you learned from last week that you'd like to share with me?
So going into it, like we had our training and stuff, and one of the main points that he was kind of trying to like get across to us was like, is it wrong or different? So, like the difference in the culture between like where we live and where we were at. And so throughout the week, they would ask us like, what's one thing that you see that's different? But for me, something that I kind of realized was like, it was really hard for me to find what's different because, like, I go to school with kids that were in very similar situations and grew up in a very similar culture. So it just kind of like made me realize, like, how close to home this was And, like the work that's being done there can be done here. And I might not live on a street corner where 7 drug deals happen in 30 minutes. True story. But I go to school with kids that need love and that need resources that maybe I have. And so it just kind of, I learned that like we don't have to go all the way to Cincinnati to like simply help somebody or have God work through us. Like God can work through us in our own community.
Stuck with me is when we were on the tour, this girl was saying how, like, she didn't want to, like, help, like, homeless women and everything. And then she said that if she asked God if she really wants me to do this, give her a sign. And she said, like, a random thing, like, it's a block wood. And, like, she went to this camp 5 days later, and he said, we'll switch it up and give each other, like, a piece of block wood. And like that kind of stuff. Like, wow.
That is cool.
One thing I learned was when Russ was teaching us, he also mentioned something about, I guess, finding your people. And a few different people listed, I guess, specific groups of people. Like one of the blog mentors, they work with younger women. And so they take them in and, teach them about God and kind of get them ready for life after like middle and high school and everything like that. And so it really just gave me a new perspective on things and trying to find like who my people are, like who are the people that I'm passionate about helping or passionate about teaching about God. And so
That's really cool. Well, hey, thank you guys for serving, being willing to do that, being willing to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Give it up for these guys, everybody. Well, those are some pretty cool stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like God really did a lot of work last week.
Yeah, it was cool to watch it all happen. I'm proud of quite a few wins. We had like 7 students that were there, and it was a cool week seeing them come together and getting to serve alongside them, and then also being served by Block. I mean, Block is just an awesome organization, and they served us truly as much as we served them. I felt like we came back full, like not empty, like we've given all of ourselves, but we've also been poured into. So that was a week.
That was some high moment, like when you're on the ladder.
Yeah, someone was on the ladder. Yeah, they fell off. Yeah. Yeah. They said it was kind of like a slow motion experience. The way when they fell down was crazy. I don't know.
Well, along the lines of funny stories, we have a hashtag for you guys. Tonight is the Christmas in July night, and so we thought that our hashtag would be hashtag why I'm getting full for Christmas. We only have 3, but I think they're pretty solid. The first one is from @Andrew Brozierowski. I think it might be Broski.
It's Broski.
Andrew Brozierowski. Hashtag why I'm getting full for Christmas because I asked for it. That's a bold move.
Yeah, I mean, that's like hacking the system, it seems like to me.
It is. Well, because you get coal because you don't deserve to get what you want. But if you want coal, do you get presents?
I mean, if you're bad, maybe you get presents.
That's cheating. But now you know.
Yeah.
So you didn't hear it from us.
Yeah, it's just pretty smart.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Next one comes from @YaDogKnox. My parents say I'm a bad boy because I named 8 socks, 1 pair of underwear, and 3 toys. Hashtag why I'm getting cool for Christmas. Hashtag 12 days of vomit.
Gross.
This is your dog.
That's my dog. I don't know. At least his mom still loves him. You know? I'm glad somebody does.
Matt, you and dogs, man.
And last time this happened, it was way too late at night. It was like 3 in the morning. I'm pulling an all-nighter, playing Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts people out there, you guys are awesome. And Knox just like comes out of the bedroom, like so sluggish, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" I talk really nice to him. I talk mean about him here. We're friends, I guess. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Who? Who?" And I'm like, "Oh gosh, not now, not at night." And he just spills it there on the floor. Good times.
Yeah,
good times.
Something fun.
You should babysit him sometime.
Anyways, next one. This comes from @World's Best Host. When my cat Charlie was about 1 year old, I spilled some water on the countertop in my house. I looked around for napkins or towels, but couldn't find any. So, as my cat walked by, I picked him up, wiped him across the counter, and it worked. Like, the water was gone. But he's hated me ever since. That's why I'm getting cold.
Wow, that's like animal abuse. Dude.
No, it's not. We talked about this earlier. It was not that much water. You would have gotten way more wet if you'd been outside of it.
Wow.
Or if you had fell in the bathtub.
I mean, this had to be really bad. Like, this isn't just something we laugh off. Like, you've been getting cold. I mean, this happened a while ago, right?
Yeah,
And you're still getting cold this year for this.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, so that was our hashtag for this week. We might not keep doing hashtags. It just kind of depends on what you guys want. If we have lots of people wanting to continue doing that, we can. But we also, want to switch it up, make sure that we do different things. So after this, just let us know.
Keep it fresh.
One thing that we have kept is the Netflix suggestion. Matt, would you like to share with us the Netflix suggestion for this week?
The Netflix suggestion of the week is Nacho Libre. I've only watched it one time, so it was pretty good. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good.
It is the best. It is the best. Anyways, watch Nacho Libre if you haven't. It's pretty funny. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It works for like a church type thing.
It's a church movie.
Yeah,
It's wholesome.
yeah, he helps people, like we talked about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's serving orphans.
Yeah, yep, that's important. That's what the movie's all about.
Perhaps you will be happy about this news. We've gotten rid of the word of the week, but we've replaced it with something that I think is pretty worth replacing that with, the joke of the week. So, did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? He just needed a little space.
That was a good one.
I think it just took a little while to understand.
It's one that sinks in.
Yeah, you need some speaker.
You need some space to figure that one out. You got it.
All right. Now this is the real good one. Our next newest bit is embarrassing stories with Matt.
Whoa. Nice. Hold up. Luke, we didn't talk about this.
You didn't know about this?
No, you never tell me these things.
That's pretty embarrassing. Is that your embarrassing story for this week?
No, I have none. So you've probably never heard this story before, but this past week in Mission Cincy, we were working in a house, and I was standing on a ladder, pulling nails from the boards and stuff. And I think I just got too far on the one. I'm sitting on the very top. It's like it's a step ladder, like that. And I'm sitting on the very top, up here.
The one with the three, do not stand.
It's like on the very. It's not even a step. It's just the very top.
And
And
do not stand on it.
I didn't. Maybe it says do not step. I don't know. I didn't read. I can't read sometimes. I am voluntarily illiterate sometimes. And so I stood up there because that's the only way I could get it to the top. It was tall
You're
ceilings.
already so tall.
These ceilings were really tall. It was like tall ceilings. Like I could only reach it if I stood on top of that ladder.
On the point that you weren't supposed to stand.
Anyway, I'm standing on top of the ladder, and I think I'm favoring one side, and decides to fall. And it's like a slow motion experience. Like I have never moved that slowly in that small amount of time in my life. And it's like I'm like getting ready to hit the ground. No. And then I hit the ground, and the ladder falls down too. It's not on me. But I was totally fine. I was great. People were looking at me, crying, like, "Are you okay? We can't live without you." And I'm like, guys, I'm okay. Thank you for your concern. It was really embarrassing.
We're gonna fact check to see whether or not some of those details really happened.
People, it was a traumatic event. It's something I can remember.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Well,
I don't like this segment very much.
hopefully you learned your lesson.
Next week we should do embarrassing stories with one of our students, Elena, or Aaron, or Gavin.
We'll see.
It's worth thinking about.
We'll see. One thing that we are going to do next week that we're not doing tonight, but we wanted to let you know about, is a new thing called the correct opinion. I don't know if you're on Instagram or not. Have you heard of the Instagram? It is a social media. Okay, so we're going to be posting polls on Instagram. You know, different silly things like which superhero is the best superhero, which host is the best host, and we'll have you guys vote. And then at the late night show, the not so late night show, we will be sharing what the correct opinion is, whichever one got the most votes.
Yep.
So that's going to start next week. So be watching on social media for that to go up this week.
Yep.
Um,
Do that.
yeah, so this episode is actually kind of long. I thought it was going to be shorter.
This is actually really long. I'm really kind of wondering how long it is. It was long.
It's been almost an hour.
No.
So this is our longest episode yet.
You guys are champs.
We really missed you. We just couldn't. We had to do 2 for 1.
Back 2 and 1
Um,
on accident.
but hey, we're hoping that maybe switching around the show will make it more fun. If you have ideas, please, we would love to hear them. We got rid of the happy stories. We didn't get a whole lot of people sending those in. We might get rid of the hashtags depending on whether you guys want to keep that. If you want to get rid of the game and replace it with something, we're all ears.
If you want to get rid of Luke as the host, you can do that.
If you want to get rid of Matt as the host, we can do that. We can do that.
Not possible.
We can do it. But basically, we only have like a few weeks of this left.
Yeah. School is
That's when it's
coming.
going to start, and then this will be over.
Ew, I know. It's perfect.
So let's make it the best, like, last few weeks as possible, and make it a really great show. So we love your suggestions.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, well, I'm your host, Luke Kimmery, joined with Matt and Joe, and we'll see you next week on the Not So Late Night Show.